as you can see, the GTR is on jack stands, and we're hoping to pull the motor. You can see I already got started on it, removed the wiring harness and a few other things, just small little stuff, like the AC line. So yeah, you can see I removed a few things like the intake. The car's on jack stands right now. I have removed some of the intercooler piping, the fender wells. So right now what I need to do is disconnect the steering linkage, probably take out the axles and disconnect the lower control arms. And then I'll probably take off the front bumper too, just to make things easier to work around. I also need to find a way to get this car higher up, because we are going to be dropping the motor through the bottom, and it's going to be lowered down onto that table right there. But hopefully I can get enough height, you know, to obviously sit the engine on the subframe and obviously on this table. So I think I should be able to do it. I'll probably have to close the hood to you know, get more room out of it, but I'll probably get some, I don't know, maybe like 2x6 or something like that to put underneath the jack stands. That way I can get some extra height. But yeah, so I'll just go ahead and time lapse anything else, or the majority of the work, because it is going to be some tedious, repetitive kind of things. But I also need to disconnect the front drive shaft, which connects right there to the billet housing, and then the other drive shaft, the regular one, which goes to the bell housing, and then obviously like downpipes and stuff like that. You know, you kind of get intimidated at stuff like this, but just dive into it, and it's really not that terrible, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and finish it up, and then I'll document what I can. Alright guys, well, it's the day after, and I didn't really do much work on the GTR just because it's been about 100 degrees outside. It's super hot. You know, it was just way too hot to work on the car. I did take the front bumper off last night, just to make it easier to get to the intercooler piping and the oil cooler and stuff like that. So I just have to disconnect the oil cooler lines right now. That's what I'm going to do, and then drain the coolant, and then disconnect some more heater hoses. But other than that, it's going pretty well. I still have to bring the car up a little bit more, I think, or just find a different way to drop it on that table, or not on that table, but a different table, because I don't think I'm going to be able to have enough room with dropping it on that table, and then obviously it has to clear the top of the engine through the bottom of the car. But I mean, I guess we'll have to see. So I probably will jack it up a little bit more. Right now I've got 3 blocks on the bottom, and then the jack stand. The jack stand's not maxed out, but I don't want to max out the jack stand with it being that far up. So, but it's coming along. So yeah, I'll just get a little bit more video on you know, little things that I do. I know I said earlier, or yesterday, that I was going to time lapse it. I don't think I am going to time lapse it. It's just going to take so long, and I like to jump around from, you know, doing one thing over here and then one thing over there, so it's going to be kind of hard to time lapse stuff. So I'll just record what I can when I do it and go from there. Alright, so right now we just got the coolant drained. I just drained it in one of these with the funnel. There wasn't much in there, obviously, because most of it was in the pan. The oil pan. I don't know if you guys had seen that video. If not, I'll go ahead and link it in the in this video. When you go to drain the oil, yeah, that's a bad sign. just got the overflow coolant tank removed, and the upper radiator hose. Just have to remove the lower. Then we have to remove the power steering, one more AC line, and probably something else. I'm sure I'll come across more stuff, but honestly, this isn't really too bad of a engine to remove. Everything's pretty straightforward. Nothing's really too crazy. So yeah, I'll document as I keep going. What up, guys? So there's a bunch that I didn't really record when I worked on the car, but I mostly have everything disconnected. All I really have to do is disconnect this power steering line right here, and then another one down there at the bottom. I really already have a drive shaft disconnected, both drive shafts, all the suspensions disassembled. It's ready to drop. So yeah, like I said, just have to do that for the power steering, and then disconnect the oil cooler, and yeah, it's ready to come down. Like literally, I've been just working on it 30-minute increments over the course of about, I don't know, 2 days total. I've gotten really lazy to even come out here and look at it. But pretty easy thing to do, to be honest. So guys, we finally got the GTR motor out. It ended up not working in the garage. I had to take it to the powerhouse to get it up on the lift and get everything removed. Once it was on the lift, everything was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Especially since all the work I did here, it was just about 30-minute job to drop the engine. But that's gonna end it for this video, guys. Next one, we'll get it up on the engine stand and start tearing it down.